All right, we're going to be taking a look at a 1972 factory soft top FJ40. Myself and a friend of mine rescued this earlier this year. Been sitting on somebody's ranch in South Central Oregon for the last 8 years in not running condition. We went through it. Redid the rear brake, drum brakes, went through the front, decided to ditch the factory drum brakes, went to all Toyota disc brake conversion, got the PTO, factory PTO working, post another little video on that. That all works, all the shift linkage works, all that good stuff. Put a new, or not new, but a good running GM 350, we'll get to that here in a minute, out of another FJ40. The guy went to a Gen 3, so we took this one off his hands. The deal on the soft top is I have an aftermarket soft top for it and a factory hard top and hard doors. We'll take a look at that stuff in a little bit. I do not have the Bose or the canvas. So just taking a look inside the vehicle here. Floorboards in really good condition. Very minimal rust inside the toolbox here. As you can see, no rust bubbling through. All looking very good. Going down this rocker panel. Pretty good on the sides. Take a look at some of the rust on this side. Panning across here. You can see a little bit of rust wanting to bubble through here and here, and just a little bit right there. On the back side of the rocker panel looks pretty darn good. I'm sure this thing has been painted. It's probably been, I bet over 20 years since it's been painted, but there's some places where you can see that's coming off, and we got some surface rust on those areas. We'll just take a look at the interior on our way through. Seats are in pretty darn good shape. There is a small-ish tear here. Passenger seats, probably get a better look at them on the other side. There's a couple small tears in them, but they're in pretty good shape. Dash not messed with too much. There's probably a couple extra holes. I was working on the factory light switch, so that's why that's not in there right now. Gauges for the 350. Looking at the back quarters here, you can see a little bit of rust right here in these back corners. Real good right through here. This is the only noticeable rust that's bubbling through on the back sill part. The rest of it's in pretty darn good shape. Taking a look across here. No noticeable rust on the sill. And then back onto the rocker panel, of course, there's a little bit of rust wanting to bubble through right there. That's the worst rust on the whole truck. And then coming around to this side, and maybe some there, not sure. It's not really showing its ugly face just yet. And then into the back, you can see on the rear tailgate, let's see if I can give you, now this is ugly looking, but that is truly, surface rust. We all know the difference between rust that's bubbled through and rust that's just sitting on the surface. And then just a look at the back here. Nothing that's overly alarming or anything like that. There is a little bit of rust underneath this part, but overall not too bad. And then just kind of panning around the whole back here. Overall, pretty good shape. For some reason they laid white over the factory green. You know, obviously that was done a long time ago. Oh, you can actually probably see it a little bit. There is a little bit of a wave in this back. You can see where it kind of bows up and goes back down over that cross member there. So there's a little bit of a wave in that. Taking a look at the passenger side, there's the little rip we were talking about before, and then just a teeny tiny one there. This side's in really good shape, I would say, or pretty good shape. Dash is there, but it has cracks. You know, this thing's 42 years old. This floor pan, even in better shape than the other side. And then I have some pictures that I'll post up underneath the tank. I don't know if it was intentional or accidental, but there's a lot of oil when we rescued this thing from the ranch, and it was the saving grace of that. It's probably one of the better underneaths I've ever seen. It looks brand new, right down to the factory paint. And then this rocker panel here, really minimal rust. This is a tiny bit here, a little bit of surface rust, and then nothing wanting to show at all inside or backside of this panel. It looks pretty good. Actually, there might be a tiny bit here. It's hard to tell. Might be, might not be. And then this part of the truck looks really good. Just a quick glance into the engine compartment. Just a carbureted GM 350. I took some time and went through the previous owner's wiring. Still working on a few loose ends here and there. Going back through and just tagging all the factory stuff that's been messed with. And just labeling what that is. Most of it's not needed anymore. But it's just kind of nice to know what those wires did or do. Far as the master cylinder goes, it's out of an FJ60, and then the stock booster, and then a rebuilt factory master cylinder on the clutch with Toyota parts. Factory radiator, holds water, doesn't leak, truck stays cool when it runs or while it's running. Yeah, that's pretty much it under here. We'll do another test drive video as soon as the weather clears up. Outside, she prefers the shop when the weather's poor. I don't know that we'll be able to see much. I turn on my headlamp here and see if we can see underneath it all. You can kind of see the factory PTO there. Everything in that is all in working order. Yeah, not that great, but crossover exhaust for a single exhaust, pretty clean. Pretty clean little setup, dumps out the back. Nothing too much to speak of under here. It's all in really pretty darn good shape. Wheels and tires, 35-inch BFG KM2s. I'd probably call them 70% or so. No weather checking, really good shape on those. On late FJ40 wheels or possibly early FJ60 wheels. I don't know, they're painted white. And they weren't chrome ever before that. Aftermarket soft doors. There's the 5th tire on an FJ60 wheel. Same general condition on those. There's the best top, soft top. Hard doors. Really good shape on those. No rust in them. I'm not sure where they came from, but they're in really good shape underneath. They're in excellent condition. Have the spare tire carrier from another 40. I've never bothered to put it on. The factory hardtop I have for this one is outside. It's a matching green and white, green sides, white top. All of the glass is good. It's very straight. The gel coat on the top is peeling, but good solid hard top. I think that's about it. I'll try to post some pictures and videos of some of the other stuff. One thing on the PTO, one thing we did do, besides just get it all freed up, it works like a champ now. Got rid of the metal guides. I probably can't see too much in there, but replace that guide with a UHMW to make that operation just a little bit smoother. That thing works like a champ. Steers, stops, runs good. Good little truck. Call, text, PM me, whatever's easiest for you. She's in pretty good company in here. She's not in a hurry to leave. Anyways, thanks for looking.